I was impressed with that move you pulled. Bang.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's me, it's G, it's DMC, the undefeated, undisputed Pokemon Showdown champion. That's right, it's the Maverick, Mark Daniels, here with episode 3 of Showdown Sunday. And this week we're going to be playing the UU tier. It's in the beta form, so people are testing things out, things are getting banned. But currently, I decided to build a team around Decidueye. I want to build for the next couple weeks a team around the final evolution of the starter Pokemon, Decidueye. Maybe next week I'll do Incineroar and then Primarina. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do. And Decidueye is a Pokemon I haven't got to play with yet. I mean, I've done a couple practice rounds with this team, but it's a very interesting Pokemon. It's a Grass Ghost type, and it's pretty powerful, very powerful. So let's get into this team building process here. So obviously I decided with Decidueye. That was my decision as the team to build around. So with the grass Pokemon, it's very simple for me to go Grass, Water, Fire Core. And there are a few Mega Pokemon that you can use in this format, Mega Blastoise being one of them. So immediately when I saw that, I decided, well, I'll go Decidueye, Mega Blastoise, and then I saw Entei was available, and I'll go Entei. And from there we kind of built the rest of the team, and we'll get to that in a second. So let's talk about Decidueye first. And yes, we get to use our mascot for the Kansas City Crocodiles, Crocodile himself, the leader of the Crocodile Club. Put your 2 sweets up. But Decidueye. I decided to go Live 4 bottom instead of a choice item because you'll see here in a little bit, Entei, Sylveon have choice items. You guys already know how I feel about choice items. They're good, but they limit you so much. And I think sometimes it's a hindrance more than it's a benefit. Yeah, you get that extra damage, but is it worth not being able to switch? Choose a different move that you might have a type coverage for. So you even outspeed the opposing Pokemon, but they resist your attack or they're immune to your attack that you already clicked on. Now you have to force a switch, and it adds a whole element of layers that I don't really like to have on my team. But for the sake of this video, we're going to try it out. We might switch it. If it fails us in this video, we'll switch it during the video, and then we'll see how we feel about it at the end of it. But I decided to go Live Orb. The ability, we don't have access to its hidden ability yet. We don't have access to the hidden ability of any of the starter Pokemon from Alola. But we have Overgrow, and Incineroar and Primarina have the equivalent of their typings for this. When this Pokemon is 1/3 or less of its max HP, its grass attacks do 1.5 times the amount of damage. As you can see here, we have Leaf Blade. That is our grass type move we have. It's the best physical grass move that we can pick from, so that's the one we're choosing. Now, I did think about going special offensive with this guy, because he technically can. His space stat isn't that much higher in the attack range, but it is a little higher, so obviously it's a little better. But for my team, it might be better just because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 physical attackers, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But Blastoise, who's, special attack is a tank. So realistically, I only have Sylveon as my special offensive damage dealer, but that's okay. So with the stats, I went Jolly because I wanted extra speed because there's a lot of Pokemon that have speeds the base 70. We'll see how this works out for us. Again, subject to change. That's what this is all about. Attack all the way up, special defense a little bit because be able to live some Thunderbolts or something. And we got speed increase. Obviously, we want to outspeed as much as possible. Brave Bird, great move. Obviously, doesn't get the fly stab that it would get if it was a Route. I almost called him. Is it Rowlet? Yeah, it's Rowlet. I always get Rufflet and Rowlet confused because their names are so similar and they're both flying Pokemon. Do you guys have like a few different Pokemon where the names just don't click with you sometimes and you mix them up? To me, that is the biggest one that I've been having lately. I've been calling Rufflet, Rowlet, and vice versa. But that's beside the point. And of course, Acrobatics and Acrobike, as you guys learned from Friday Night Fights, as well as my draft analysis. Swiggy. So we got Brave Bird. It does a little recoil. With Life Orb, it's a lot of recoil, but very powerful move. Great coverage. Take out other grass type Pokemon for some sort of a mirror match. Obviously, take out several fighting Pokemon, which we wouldn't really see too many fighting Pokemon switching on us, but we could switch it on a fighting Pokemon, take a fighting attack for free 99 or normal attack for that matter because we are part Ghost, so we're immune to normal and fighting, and we can block those nasty Rapid Spinners. which, a lot of people run a Rapid Spinner, myself included. You got Blastoise here for me as a Rapid Spinner. Rapid Spinners are necessary on your team. I mean, they're not. You don't have to have them, but they are somewhat necessary in the format. I like having one on my team, or at least a defogger at the very least. But we have a Decidueye. Also went Spirit Shackle, stab move, and prevents the target from switching out. So you lock somebody in, and it does Ghost Stab. Very powerful. New move for Sun and Moon. And I think it's a very powerful move as well. And of course, U-turn. We got a little bit of a pivot here. We can switch in and out, which is another reason why I didn't want to do a choice item on this guy. I don't like choice items, but I definitely don't like choice items on somebody that has a pivot-like move, because I either have to use that move turn 1, like a Volt Switch, or with Volt Switch, it's not too bad with an electric Pokemon, because you're at least getting the stab. But it's like, I'm not even getting the stab on the U-turn, so if I even want to try to take out a water Pokemon or something, I have to make a decision and try to predict, and it's a 50-50 shot. They're going to switch out, they're not going to switch out. Chances are they might, but maybe they won't. So it's a little bit of a mind game, and you kind of screw yourself over. So in this case, if I know I outspeed the other Pokemon, I can Leaf Blade, he does switch, whatever, I can then U-turn, versus having to force a hard switch out of it. It just, to me, just makes more sense that way. Apologize for the barking. So, that is Decidueye. That is what I decided. And yes, I'm saying decide on purpose, because Decidueye. Small puns. Poke puns. But here's the thing. I really like this Pokemon. I think he definitely fits very well in UU, if not OU. We just got to find the right mix for him. And I think this is a good set. I think this is a good spread. We'll see how he does them. So let's go into Mega Blaster. So I decided to go tank because I knew with this team already, Decidueye, Entei, and then I went kind of a little bit further beyond that, and I kind of already knew, okay, I kind of want Crocodile because I can, he can resist not ground types, but electric types, which Blastoise doesn't want to deal with. He's a dark type, so he can take a psychic Pokemon or a ghost Pokemon, which Decidueye might have an issue with. Very cool Pokemon to have. Takes care of fire Pokemon as well. It can help Decidueye in a lot of ways. But so I kind of knew Crocodile was going to be on the team already. Plus, he's the mascot for the Crocodile Club. The Crocodile Club, also known as the Kansas City Crocodiles, had to represent. But with Blastoise here, Torrent ability, but when he Megas, obviously he'll have Mega Launcher, which doesn't really affect me. But Scald, Rapid Spin, Roar, Toxic, pretty standard. The reason why I'm running Roar, if someone tries to set up on me, I can just roar them out and make them, obviously make them switch. Toxic, I could just kind of whittle somebody down. Scald for stab, Impossible Burn, and then of course Rapid Spin to get rid of hazards. Spread here, we got Bold Nature, high in defense, high in HP, a little bit of special attack. And his special attack base is pretty strong, especially because he's Mega. And additionally, I could actually switch Blastoise out for something else, and maybe instead of Metagross, have maybe a Mega. I think Mega Aggron is legal in this set, or in this format. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to look at the actual banned Pokemon in front of me, but that could be an option as well. But I like Mega Blastoise. Swig a tea. But so that's Blastoise. Nothing really much more to say about him. Entei, I decided to go choice item on him for that extra damage. He's such a powerful Pokemon. Adamant Nature, really boosting up that attack. Sacred Fire and Flare Blitz, just in case I don't want to take that recoil damage. Does have a chance to burn there. So does this, though, even more chance to burn. Extreme Speed's a great move. High priority, and it does a lot of damage, especially with the choice band. A lot of damage. Stone Edge, just in case maybe I think they're going to switch in on a flying Pokemon. Or just attack a flying Pokemon or an ice Pokemon, whatever. Ice Pokemon wouldn't make sense because it's fire type, but you get the idea. Stone Edge, even though it never hits, 80% my butts, it never hits. Stone Edge never hits for me, ever. But that's beside the point. Very powerful Pokemon. Not really much to say about him. I mean, it's pretty, his set's pretty standard. If you run Entei, it's usually a set that you'd probably run. And then, of course, we got the Crocodile, the leader of the Crocodile Club. Intimidate over Moxie this time. I'm going to Intimidate. It can be very powerful, very useful to switch in on somebody that has high base attack or high physical prowess. Take away some of their attack stat. We got Earthquake, Knockoff, Superpower Pursuit. I had a decision to make because Stone Edge would be nice on this guy as well. But I wanted Pursuit. I wanted to have Superpower for sure because I needed something for normal type Pokemon if it comes down to it. and it's a very powerful attack, obviously. Pursuits. I wanted Pursuit because if I'm going against a Pokemon that will go down if he switches, I have a good feeling they're going to switch. Pursuit's going to guarantee that knockout for me. And in practice rounds, I've already taken out 2 Pokemon with Pursuit, and I've only played a handful of games. And won most of the games. I did lose the last one I played, but it was a very close. It literally came down to like 20 HP on his last Pokemon, so it was like a really close game. But just some miscues on the switches. I made a couple bad predictions, and so did he. That's just part of Pokemon. But for Pursuit, Pursuit can take out Pokemon, like I said. Knockoff, more powerful stab, and takes away items. Earthquake Stab, very powerful move as well. But yeah, that's him in a nutshell. Really nothing more to say about him. The reason why I was thinking about Stone Edge anyways is because if I'm going against a Pokemon that's obvious I'm an Earthquake, and they got a Flying type Pokemon, you can easily make that prediction. Okay, they're probably going to switch into their Flying Pokemon. I can go for Stone Edge and try to knock it out on switching, and it usually works if it hits. But I'd rather have Pursuit, I think, and that's just a choice that you got to make. So if you guys want to run Stone Edge instead, and you're going to run this Pokemon, wouldn't blame me one bit. That's pretty much the only other move. I mean, you can run Stealth Rocks on him, but I got it on Metagross, so I don't really need it on him per se. You can run it on both if you want to. If you were to run the same exact set, Shadow Claw isn't terrible, but Outrage not terrible, but not really needed. And that's pretty much it. Dragon Tail maybe is kind of like an interesting tech. Crutch if you just want more damage over one of these 2 moves, but they're just so good. They're so good. Good utility moves. Sylveon. Did I show you guys this thing? Jolly. I want more speed. Sylveon. So Sylveon, now you can build Sylveon really one of 2 ways, especially for this team. You can build it as a Cleric, which I did think about, but for now we're going to go offensive with it. Or you can go offensive with it. So, Pixelate ability, normal type moves become Fairy types and have 1.2 times the power. So Hyper Voice, 90 damage. It's going to get Stab from Fairy, and it's going to increase the damage. I believe the base damage becomes 108, if I'm not mistaken on that. And it becomes Fairy, so you get the Stab on top of that. So very powerful. Psyshock. A lot of Pokemon that might be weak against Psychic would possibly have high special defense. You can use Psyshock to kind of, use their defense against them instead of their special defense. Yeah, Hidden Power Fire. Switching on his, predicting a Steel type Pokemon coming out or something. I can Hidden Power Fire and do some damage to a Shadow Ball, take out Ghost Pokemon and the likes of that. Metagross. So the reason why, okay, so let's talk about why these guys are here. So Crocodile I've already kind of explained. Sylveon. So Crocodile has a major weakness to fighting type Pokemon. And as such, I need something to resist that. Now, I have Decidueye to take it for free 99, or I also have Sylveon that can take that and take it out, right? Very cool to do. Water type Pokemon, Blastoise can take care of it. Grass type Pokemon, Entei can take care of it. I have all those weaknesses covered as far as that goes. And then Sylveon, on the other hand, weak to Steel and Poison. Now, Poison, this guy can take for free 99. And we'll talk about Sylveon more in depth here in a second. But I'm just talking about why these guys are in here. And then, obviously, he can take Steel as well. So can Entei. So these guys cover each other pretty well. And that's why they're kind of in the team. So that's the moveset I have here. Choice specs, like I said. Not a big fan of choice items, but for now we'll keep it the way it is. If I decide to go Cleric instead, you typically want to run Leftovers and run things like Wish, Protect, maybe Baton Pass even to get a pivot in there. There's so many different options with Sylveon. Heal Bell to heal status conditions. So you would run typically a basic set would be Pixelate, Hyper Voice, Heal Bell, Wish, and then maybe Protect. But you can switch Protect out with something else if you really wanted to. That's a typical Cleric set if you're interested in that. Or you can just go on Smogon. Smogon, competitive. They don't really have anything for Sun and Moon yet, but you can look at X and Y builds, and this is a standard X and Y build, and so is that Cleric build I just gave you guys. So definitely use your resources for sure. I mean, they're there for a reason. I know I do. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I know some people might be. I don't care. Hey, that's what the internet's for. That's what Google is for. Use your resources, man. Use your resources for sure. So, final Pokemon, Metagross, very powerful Pokemon. needs no introduction, but I'll give it to him anyways. Make sure I gave you the, I think I did, but make sure I give you guys the EVs on that. But Metagross, adamant nature, of course. He's a physical powerhouse. I mean, look at that attack stat. Stealth rocks, nice hazards there. Could do some damage to their team to help finish the sweep at the end, near the end of the game if I need to. It also makes them not want to switch as much because when they switch, they're going to take more damage. Meteor Mash, powerful stab move. Earthquake, very powerful move. Not stab though, and then Zen Headbutt, the other stab move. Another couple options you could run instead of some of these other moves. Like say I don't run Earthquake because I got Crocodile, right? I could run Hammer Arm. I could run Explosion. Now, I was thinking about Explosion previously, and I might switch that. Another move you could take is Bullet Punch because it has priority, which is always nice. But these are some options besides these that you can obviously take. I mean, you can take an Elemental Punch. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. Those are probably Brick Break. You just take Hammer Arm over that, right? Much better move. A little bit lower accuracy, but so much more damage. But yeah, that's pretty much maybe even Pursuit, but I wouldn't do it. You don't get the stab from it, so I could do a whole lot of damage. Rock Slide maybe. He doesn't get Stone Edge. But yeah, there's a few options that you can take there. Maybe even Iron Head over Meteor Mash if you want the chance of flinch, but Meteor Mash is just a superior move. But very powerful one. Clear Body ability. No one can lower my stats, so if someone switches and Intimidate on me, it's not going to lower my stats. Yeah, and that's his EV spread. Really not much more to talk about. Life Orb over Choice Item or anything like that. Life Orb just does a lot. You can take a couple different berries if you want to kind of tech. Maybe, I could take a free ground move or I could take a free dark move. Those are some options too that I see. Maybe even one that takes a fire move. And you can run those berries on anybody. Now, one thing I don't have, and it's something I need to mess with a little bit more, and maybe I will in the future. Maybe after this video, I'm like, you know what, I'm missing just a little bit of damage, is a Z move. I've yet to use any Pokemon since Sun and Moon has come out on a video on Pokemon Showdown with the Z attack. I don't quite understand Z attacks just yet. Like, I don't know which ones are good, which ones benefit me the most. I have zero clue about Z moves in general. I really don't. Something I really need to mess with a little bit more. So maybe we will on Wednesday, or maybe next week we'll use the Incineroar's. I forget what it's called. It's like the Dark Lariat or something like the Darkiest Lariat. That's his base move. But there's one for the Darkiest Lariat that's just for him that you can use, a Z move that is. Then maybe we'll try that out. But for now, let's get into our 3 games here, guys. Showdown Sunday being a 3 games team build. It was a long process, always is. 17 minutes. So hopefully this video won't be too long. It's probably going to be close to 45 minutes, but that's alright. That's what happens when we got the team build there. Speaking of Primarina, there she is in all her glory. A couple Steel-type Pokemon. I could start off with Entei, hoping that maybe Fortress will start things off. Same could be said about Sylveon, get a Hidden Power Fire off, maybe unexpectedly. We could see a Water Pokemon in its place, predicting the Entei. I could go Metagross. A few options here. I'm going to go Entei. And he starts off with Primarina, so good play on his part. I'm pretty much just going to switch. I'm a little afraid of this thing. But I'm going to switch. And I know this thing could run Shadow Ball. So I do need to be careful of that, because it could hurt Metagross quite a bit. But I'm going to switch nonetheless. It may go for Hydro Pump. Goes for Scald. Oh my god, look how much damage that did, guys. And this thing may outspeed me, may not outspeed me, I don't know. He switches though, which was smart on his part. Here comes the Fortress. We're going to get a little bit of damage. At least break the sturdy, right? Well, he's got leftovers. Man, we're in trouble. Not a good first play there, but you know what? I made a bad play on the first Pokemon. That happens sometimes. I could just go for Flare Blitz, expecting to switch and just do a tremendous amount of damage on the Primarina when he switches it out. I could just switch into Decidueye, predicting it, but he might over-predict that as well and go for a Hazard move. I just got to go for the Flare Blitz. And we take out the Fortress. The reason why I really had to go for it is if he stayed in, got the leftovers to heal him back up to full, he then has a sturdy back, and I don't want to have to deal with that. So here comes Sharpedo. Oh boy, Sharpedo. What do I want to do here? It could go for a water attack, could go for a dark attack. I'm just thinking about what I want to do here. Sylveon, let's goes for Protect. Okay, that's best case scenario. Gets a speed boost though. Not a fan of that. Will he switch into Magneton? Predicting a Hyper Voice. I'm not looking. I'm so scared. Oh my god, he did. Okay. So we get the Hidden Power Fire and we take out the Magneton. What a prediction, guys. That's what gets the adrenaline going in these battles. Holy crap. And had he stayed in and with like Waterfall or anything, that could have been so bad for me. And here comes Primarina. I have to switch because I have a choice item. Again, one of the many reasons why I hate choice items, but that's okay. It did its job there. What would it go for, though? Does it go for the Shadow Ball? It doesn't lose anything for going for Shadow. You know what? I'm going to switch to Blastoise here. We'll take a Moon Blast. It does so much. We're going down here, but... Oh, I got the Toxic off first. That's crazy. So Moon Blast. It's Blastoise speed. Okay, I guess Blastoise is pretty fast. Get the Toxic off. We'll go into Decidueye. Who would he switch into? I don't think he's staying in. I'm going to go for it anyway, so he doesn't... Because this is going to do damage regardless. He does Intimidate, okay. Good play there. We get a critical hit, does a lot of damage. Are we faster than this guy? U-turn would possibly knock him out. And I can get a free switch out here, but I don't think I... Well, I kind of do because of the Intimidate kind of ruined me there. Yeah, I'm just going to go for U-turn. Screw it. U-turn. So we get a free switch out here, and we take out the Pokemon. We could see Primarina come back out here. I'm not really excited to go against Primarina, but you know what? I'm bringing out Sylveon. Because he's got two Dark Powers. He's got to bring out Primarina. I'm just going to fight it. I'm just going to freaking fight it. I'm going to Psy Shock. I think that's my best play here. Let me see something real fast. He brought it out as I expected. He kind of had to. Now, this is where things get a little interesting. He's got to suspect that I have a choice item on. So he might expect me to Psy Shock. Or if I hit Psy Shock, think that I'm going to be locked into it and switch it to one of his Dark Pokemon for free. I'm going to go Hyper Voice. There's a lot of damage. Moonblast does a lot of damage. And that way, also, if he switches, I just body whatever he brings us. So now, the question is, can I outspeed whatever he brings out? He brings out Sharpedo. I'm going for Hyper Voice. He's going to Protect, get a speed boost. That's okay. I could possibly switch in for free, but you know I'm going to let him get a speed boost. I am worried about this thing. It's a Mega Waterfalls. Okay. I'm so nervous because I think this thing's about to body the rest of my team. Oh boy. Let me check something real fast. I'm so nervous. Okay, Decidueye. This thing's gonna have Crunch and it's just gonna destroy my Decidueye. I literally have nothing for this guy right now. Oh boy. I can live an attack with Crocodile. Possibly. The Intimidate goes off. Superpower, I don't want to look. I'm so nervous, guys. He goes for Protect. He sees the superpower. He's gonna switch. He's gonna switch, okay. I'm fine with that. We take out Zurok. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give him Entei. I'm going to Intimidate the Sharpedo. I'm going to give him Decidueye. I'm not going to give him Decidueye just yet. He might. He's going to take a Mouth Crunch. Okay. I'm going to intimidate him one more time. And now I'm going to Superpower. I was just worried he outsped me. Good freaking game, dude. The reason why, so I switched out, if you don't understand what I just did there. I switched out and gave him extra Pokemon so I can get multiple Intimidates off to reduce his attack as much as possible. Oh, first one goes to us, guys. That looked so bad at the beginning because we lost. Who was it that we lost immediately? Was it Metagross? I think we lost Metagross. I don't even remember, man. Holy crap. That prediction, though. Mew is legal in this format? Oh, boy. I didn't know that at all. That can make you a little bit nervous there. Will we start with Infernape or Nidoqueen? It's a possibility. Sharpedo. Will he switch? Probably not. I'm going for Protect. Okay. He's going to get a speed boost. Will he switch into his Ghost Pokemon? A typical set runs choice items. He does not know that I'm not choiced yet. But if I don't knock him out with Superpower and he hits me with the Waterfall, I'm going for it. He switches, and he switches into Telemise. Knock off, and we knock it out. What a prediction. Even with the Soul Vest, look how much damage that did. What a prediction. He did not expect the Life Orb. Here comes Nidoqueen. Alright, so now, before I go any further, I need to look at Nidoqueen's stats real fast. Alright, it could be offensive, defensive. Could go for an Ice Beam. Doesn't outspeed me on normal circumstances. Let me see something real quick. Nidoqueen defensive. Yes. Earthquake has a high chance of knockout. Doesn't knock him out, goes for Ice Beam? Goes for Toxic Spikes, okay. Cutie Fly. Let me just look at Cutie Fly real fast. Bug Fairy, okay. I wasn't entirely sure if it was a flying type or not. I'm gonna go for Earthquake. Yeah, screw it, just go for Earthquake. It should be a Fairy Bug type. And I thought maybe it was Fairy. I wasn't sure if it was Fairy or Flying. Sharpedo is back. He's gonna Protect, I would assume. He protects. We're going to be able to Rapid Spin this off, which is what I'm going to do. He may switch, I don't know. Doesn't have a Ghost type Pokemon anymore. Here comes the Mew. And we are going to Rapid Spin this Toxic Spike away. And now, here comes the Mew. Now Mew is such an interesting Pokemon because it can literally learn any TM, as well as other moves via level up. And it's obviously it's a freaking powerhouse. It's freaking Mew. Scald virtually does nothing to it. I don't know what this set is, so I would kind of want to scout it out a little bit. I'm going to Toxic. He's got Stealth Rocks. Okay, it's interesting. It's fine. I'm already poisoned, buddy. I can simply just Rapid Spin his rocks. He's not going to want to stay in, because he's going to take a tremendous amount of toxic damage, much like myself. So we see the Stealth Rocks. Is he strictly a utility player? We do not know. I would assume he has at least one offensive move. Brother Proteon. I knew you'd come. Broken Matt Hardy reference. Wrestling reference. Oh, man. What is he gonna do? He is thinking hard on this one. Swig of tea intensifies. What will he do? Goes for Psychic. Psychic confirmed. We go for the Rapid Swing. Get rid of the rocks. Question mark? Stealth rocks. Will he switch? Z-Power. Oh, God. All out pummeling. And that's what Z-Powers do. God dang it. That's okay, though. That's okay. That's okay. I could go for extreme speed. Hold on, do I outspeed Mew? Probably not. Maybe though. I want to say probably not. I'm just going to go for the extreme speed. He's probably going to bring out Sharpedo anyways. He may switch now, but if he doesn't, he's going to switch into Sharpedo anyways. I'm probably just going to force a switch on a Blastoise here. So we take out Mew. And here comes Sharpedo as expected. I'm going to switch into Blastoise here. He's probably going to knock Blastoise out. Just fine. Or he might just go for Protect. But either way, I got to switch. And Blastoise is already low enough. I want to get rid of these rocks. I don't think it will be able to. Unfortunately. Goes for Protect. We die to Toxic. Or we faint. Toxic. Sharpedo is so quick. Sylvie on. Going for it. Because I don't know if he's going to switch or not. And even if he does, I think Ribombee will still take a decent amount of damage from Hyper Voice. Infernape would as well. You guys can see my freaking face right now. I didn't think I'd take it out that easily, but you know what? Fire Blast does a decent amount of damage. Hyper Voice takes him out. We will see Protect, I would imagine, to get the speed boost, as to be expected. Will he be able to knock us out this turn, though? Possibly. Sharpedo's a powerful guy. And he could be Mega. I would assume he is. He hasn't shown it yet. What's going on, Joe? High five. Brother Joy just joined us on commentary. What's up, man? You want a cup of coffee? Tell you what, man, I got one more battle after this. I'll make you a cup of coffee. Or you can ask somebody else. Goes for Waterfall, knocks us out as to be expected. I would imagine he has Crunch. We're in trouble. We actually may lose this one. I'm not going to outspeed him. If I can't survive a Crunch, I'm going to lose here. Okay, we can't survive a Crunch there. I don't think Metagross can live one either. Let's see. Can I survive one? I just need to survive one. I don't. He gets a critical. He gets a freaking critical. Are you kidding me? I don't think the critical mattered, but god dang it, man. If somehow we can live one attack, we can win. We don't. Good game. God dang it. Good game, brother Proteon. Come on, I want to type GG. There you go. So we're 1-1. Close freaking game, though. Sharpedo is such a powerhouse in this format. I gotta keep Crocodile alive against Sharpedo. Like, that's, I guess, number one. Being able to intimidate him is so beneficial. Okay, so Jose, maybe? Jose Irio 272? Maybe I butchered that name. Maybe I didn't. Will we see Fortress or Infernape? Will we see Porygon? Maybe even Crocodile. Infernape it is. Stone Edge is looking pretty okay right now. I'm just saying, it's looking pretty okay. Although honestly, I'm looking at the damage right now. Stone Edge doesn't do that much more damage than Flare Blitz or even Sacred Fire. And as you know, these have much better accuracy than this. And I doubt he's going to switch into Staraptor. Fake out. Okay. This is a ballsy play, I think. Close combat does a lot of damage. Got to lose some defense, special defense. He's got a Focus Sash. Mach Punch, we resist it. Excuse me. How rude. Okay, so he goes for Fire Punch. We're going to take a bit of damage there. Was it worth all that damage to take out Infernape? Probably not. I don't think I outspeed Crocodile, but I'm going to try. We don't, and we go down, and he's got Moxie. Oh boy. This is a game and a half. Will he switch? Probably. Doesn't switch. Bold move, Cotton. I doubt he switches. I was gonna say I don't think he's going to. So we're just gonna take out Crocodile. So now we're 2-1, but we have two Pokemon that are very weak right now. Fortress. I really don't want to deal with Fortress at the moment. Let me just check something real fast on the Pokemon damage calculator. Skull seems to do okay against him. Yeah, we get the burn too. Stealth Rocks. I took 0 damage from the Rapid Spin. That's freaking hilarious. Oh man. So I can't really see the Toxic Spikes, but they might be there. I don't know. Goes for Thunderbolt. That's fine. They are there. He was just too big and hiding. Okay, that sucks. Alright, well, Starmie has Thunderbolt. Probably has Ice Beam. And is much faster than Decidueye. That being said, let me just check something real fast. Let me check Leaf Blade. Should knock him out. I should be able to live 1 Ice Beam. Will he switch? Actually, let me look at Spirit Shackle as well. No, Leaf Blade. We survived. The reason why I said no is because just in case he switched to Staraptor. He has a Focus Sash. Why? Crap. Okay, well, that sucks. The Decidueye goes down. Can Entei survive? We're going to trade here. But Extreme Speed. Boom! I'm glad I saved Entei now because we're going to trade that. That's fine with me. So we're down to 2 apiece. Question is, does he bring us Staraptor or Porygon 2? Okay. Just checking some things out. Okay. Ice Beam looks like it would knock out Crocodile. I think I'm just going to go Metagross. He goes into Staraptor. Okay, that's fine. Let's see real fast. Metagross. Goes for Brave Bird. We're going to recoil. If we hit him, this should knock him out. And of course, it freaking misses. Are you kidding me? Brave Bird again. Recoil damage. I really wish I was running an Explosion right now. We take out the Staraptor, and it's us versus Porygon 2. We should be able to outspeed this thing. We hit the Meteor Mash, we do a decent amount of damage, we get the attack boost, which is not unnecessary. Goes for Tri-Attack. We should be able to win this. Don't let us down, Crocodile. You're representing the club, buddy. You're the leader of the Crocodile Club. Will he knock out the Porygon 2? Superpower knocks out Porygon 2, and it could give another close game for Showdown Sunday. So we end the day at 2-1. Not too bad at all. Let's take a look at this team real fast. So, this is the part of the video, if you're new to this, where we kind of talk about how we did. I thought the team performed overall pretty well. I think we did well. 2-1's good. Is there any changes that I can think of, like right off the bat? I was like, yeah, let's change this. I don't know. Sharpedo did body us that second game, but we beat a Sharpedo the first game thanks to Crocodile. So maybe next time, battling against a Sharpedo, we make sure Crocodile lives to make it to the end. That might be what we need to do. Choice items. I was fine with the choice items on Entei for sure. You know what? Overall, I think choice items are fine. I didn't have too much of an issue with the choice items. Would I rather have Sylveon as a cleric? You know what? Not really. I didn't really see it being necessary so far. So I think we're going to leave Sylveon the same. I think we're going to leave the team the same. I think Wednesday when we come back, on Wednesday Night Wars, Episode 3, be sure to check that out. I think we're going to have the same team, guys, and we're going to play 5 games, at least, maybe 7. And I think we're going to do pretty good. So anyways, guys, until next time, which again, for this particular game, actually it's going to be Tuesday, I'll have a team build for Tour Timer the Gray. Because we're going to do our battle Tuesday, I'll release the team builder that I'm going to be doing today or tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. It will actually be released on the day of the battle. And then the next day, or I might do it the same day, I'm probably going to do it 2 different days. And then on Wednesday, you'll get Wednesday Night Wars and the first LCF round battle against Tour Timer the Gray. And if you don't know who Tour Timer the Gray is, definitely check him out. He's going to be participating in the NPA, which is another draft format, against people like A-Drive and a few other like high-tier players in the draft league format on YouTube. Definitely check him out. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm excited to watch because I love that kind of thing. He's been doing that stuff for a while, so he's quite a bit of a veteran here. So definitely check him out there. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And yeah, so until next time, guys, I am the Maverick, Mark Daniels, which you can follow me at Twitter at MavMVMarkDaniels. I will be bidding you guys a farewell. Peace and one love.
For life.